Hey guys, welcome to Nosework Mondays. So today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to work on some of the skills that we worked on in the beginning. Kind of go back to the basics, if you will. So I want you to pick two odors. So I've chosen birch and anise for my dog. If you're only on one odor or you only have one odor, that's totally fine. You can do two hides of the same odor. So I'll leave it up to you. I'm going to do one hide of birch and one hide of anise for my dog. But for your dog, you can do two hides of wintergreen or two hides of birch or whatever it is that you want. Mix and match, if you will. Your harness or bandana, of course, your super high value treats, and you want them to be super high value for this one because they're gonna need it. And then an assortment of boxes. So notice how my boxes are relatively small in comparison to what we normally use, and they're they vary in size, pardon me. So I want you to make a puzzle. So if you remember when we first started Nosework, we did problem solving. That's kind of what we're going to work on today. So I'm going to take one box for each odor, or two boxes for that odor if you're using two, or one odor, pardon me. And that's going to be your dirty box. And then in your dirty box, you're going to put your hide. So I've got my dirty anise box. And I'm going to put one Q-tip inside my slider tin. Close this on a slider tin, put it inside the box, put a piece of food in there right away so that as it sort of marinates and cooks in the box, you're already loaded and ready to go. Put that off to the side. So the next one we're going to do is our second dirty box. So for my second box, I'm going to use a little flat box, something a little bit different. And it's going to be birch. So I'm going to grab my slider tin. Grab one Q-tip. Carefully place it in there without touching the Q-tip. You don't want to get the oil on your fingers. Now keeping in mind, I probably should be doing this away from my search area because it's going to be really distracting to my dog to work through all this odor. For my dog, I'm almost kind of using that as a distraction, having all the odor everywhere. But for your dog, especially if you're new to odor, set up your boxes with odor in like a bathroom and then bring them out afterwards. So two pieces in there, close that box, gonna let that marinate. All right, so let's put this one away. Okay, so now we're gonna make a puzzle. So using my boxes, I'm going to make it so that my dog has to either go into something or lift something or move something out of the way to get to source. So that's how creative I can be with these boxes. With the anise, let's put it in there. I'm going to put this box on its side, and then this box can be there. There's my first puzzle. Before he comes down, I'm going to open the box for my first search. It's really important that he has a bit of context, and it's really not easy, but really easy for access for him to get to the source of odor in the beginning for his first one. His second one can be harder, but for the first one you want to keep it as a little bit easier if you can. And then the second one, let's use this box, my birch, which I will open up. There we go. Two pieces of food. Let's put this box on top that way. And then let's put up some timber boxes. So timber boxes are boxes that will fall when when my dog tries to get to source. For some dogs, I would not recommend this because it can be quite spooky, but my dog doesn't generally care if things fall on him, especially at home. In a trial scenario, you would never have this where the dog has to kind of push things out of the way or have things fall on him, so don't worry too much about that. But when you're at home and you're social isolating, if you will, it's super fun. This is a really heavy box, so we'll put that on top. Give it some leverage. Okay, so now I'm almost ready to grab my dog. I'm going to put my odor outside of the space. So all your odor, extra stuff should always be kept away from your search area. So I'm going to put these away. Alright, so I put my odor away in a different bedroom, so it's out of space. Now before I let my dog in, I'm going to open this up so he can get to his treat. Alright, let's get the dog. Alright, so let's set up a second puzzle. So we're going to put 2 pieces of food with the food again, leaving it open. The idea is I want it to be just a little bit harder, but still accessible at this time. So for now we're still making it accessible.
You put some food in the box and cover this and everybody dog find it. It's a yay! This is a when the dog find it, it's eat it. And for the day, no way to bark. And
Let's go get the puppy.
let's go! Hurry!
Okay, so for this next one, we're not going to pair it. And when we don't pair it, that means that they're going to have to stay at source for a few seconds so that we know where it is. So be mindful of that. When it's paired, we can totally reward away from source, but when it's not paired, we can't. So be really mindful of that. So close my box. I haven't moved them yet, and I'm not going to for this, because I want to see if he can get to it and remind me.
I don't have a clue on here.
Sorry?
I don't have a clue on it. Get reach and see a picture you doing right there.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get the puppy. We're going to take the tin out and we're just going to put it in the box in the space. So this way it just sort of makes sure that we didn't confuse him in any way by making him move stuff around and that type of stuff, okay? So let's do Denise right here, not paired. The boxes can stay out as distractions. And then we'll do Birch over here, not paired. Okay? All right, get the puppy.